Sanjay Siji.
Where is Sanjay? Sanjay is supposed to come.
कौन संजय?
Let Mahila president also sit. क्या है इसमें? बोलो बोलो.
कौन संजय?
Let Tom also.
One. Manuel also come.
हाँ.
Manuel come. Just 2 minutes.
Manuel.
Manuel, Sanjay. One minute. Sanjay come. Manuel. Yeah. We'll just take a short and then we'll take proceed. Audible? Voice audible? So we start. Good afternoon to the friends of the press in Meghalaya. Thank you all for coming and joining us. Officiating President Mahadevara, our MP from Gyaro and our Meghalaya MP for Congress, Basale, Joint Secretary MPCC Basanjay, Secretary MPCC and all of the people of Meghalaya. We would like to take your attention to the Jan Adhikar Yatra undertaken by our leader Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition in the state of Bihar. To ask, why is this concerning to the people of Meghalaya? You have recently seen the press conference done by the leader of opposition, Sri Rahul Gandhi, on the 7th of August in Delhi, where he exposed one single constituency in Karnataka where 1,250 votes, whereof multiple duplicate and faking of its origin, thereby which the votes in the constituency were misaligned or fabricated for a victory. Now this is only one constituency where the exercise has been done for 6 months and taken. Why? Because the Election Commission of India refused to give details. I don't want to take a prompt press conference by getting into the entire details, but I'll ask you fundamental questions for the people of Meghalaya to understand. Who is the constitutional body of Election Commission of India? Are they answerable to the government or are they answerable to the people to conduct a fair and just election? The cause which is championed by the leader of opposition, Sri Rahul Gandhi, is that the Election Commission of India is prima facie at fault and in cohort with the government of India to manipulate the election results, which has given this victory for BJP to form this government in the center. And it is now coming out in many states. Recently it has come out in Madhya Pradesh that there is 700 voters coming out from a single address. So if the Election Commission of India is fair, what is stopping him from the Election Commission of India to share the voters' details for us to, for the nation to compare it in a very transparent manner? What is there for the Election Commission of India to hide? What is there for the Election Commission of India not to be transparent to the people of this country? That is exactly what the leader of opposition, Sri Rahul Gandhi, is asking. And now I will come why it is related to the people of Meghalaya also. If the voting is suppressed, like in many dictatorial countries, where the voting is just maintained as a fake mechanism to say that we have a democratically elected government, whereas the entire voter list is manipulated. That is what we are questioning. The government, the employees of the government, elected representatives of the government, the message which leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi is conveying is that we should remember ourselves that They all are the servants of the people to serve the people and not the masters of the people. And that is a point which we are communicating. And that is where the people of Meghalaya also has to be concerned about this. The second is about the Supreme Court's remark on the leader of opposition. The Supreme Court, while maintaining the respect of the Supreme Court, if the leader of opposition denied to raise the matters in the parliament which is of concern for the people and denied the opportunity to have a debate in the parliament, then where shall he talk? He should talk to the people because he is a servant to the people. He is elected by the people and he is given the responsibility by the people. So the one who is fighting for the constitution not or should not be reprimanded by such overreach. And that is from me, from the national side of it. I request the local leaders to take up the local matters which we would like to address to the people of Meghalaya. Any other? Okay. So now we are open to questions.
First, you tell us about the review meeting that you had today.
No. So there are something which yeah, I'll continue with a few points. Bas Aling as an MP has taken up the HIV issue in the parliament long back, which now the government has implemented. And we can ask questions on him about that one. And also the border matter was also taken up by you in the parliament. So you can speak about it because we would like the people of Meghalaya to know about what the Congress party through our MP has taken up in the parliament and how it has come into the benefit also, which in your question answer session, which you can do that. Now on your question, how was our review meeting? They just asked about our review meeting. We just discussed the Garrow Hills elections and also strengthening the party from the ground. And as a party which has been in this country for long and have seen the ups and downs, we are definitely sure that we are coming back in 2028 and we are taking the steps for the victory towards that. Because we have been approached a lot by the anti-incumbents within the NPP government. However, we are taking our own course of actions, for driving the Congress way back to the state.
You are saying that within NPP government there are anti-incumbents.
Do I need to say that? You know it better than me. Because you are talking with them on a daily basis. You know it better than me. They are in double numbers. And that's why they are doing this acquisition to keep them in check. Why should I give you the details which you already know?
But for our clarification, if you can tell us that who are these people who are approaching Congress, since you have mentioned it. Is it within the government, within NPP, or what? Who are these people who are approaching Congress? Because we don't know them.
I'm not NPP spokesperson.
But since you have mentioned that these people are approaching Congress, that's why I want just a clarification on it.
It seems like Pull and Push is one of the, majorly they are around media also wants to go.
Yeah, I will answer to you. If we have to give you all the details, then might as well we talk to NPP directly.
Now our major concern should be not that Pull and Push, neither the incumbency either in the in the Congress nor in the NPP. It should be the major challenges right now. What we are facing is this, HIV militancy, and then all sorts of other recently I have already raised lots of issues pertaining to the Northeast. I have already raised about the drugs. The proximity of Meghalaya with the Golden Triangle is very, very close. And then within this just 3 years, the rise of drugs abuse, the rise of HIV is so much so that it has trajected like anything. Now it has even crossed the, Indian ratio road of the drugs abuse, especially our Meghalaya. Now just recently, Minister herself has already told, even before marriage you have to take the HIV certificate from the doctors. What does it mean? I have visited this border area, international border area. When I visited, I have seen that scanning machine which was supposed to scan all the illegal, anything whichever is being brought to the India and which is being taken out from the India. That was not working for almost 3 years. Now look at the trajectory rise and the machines that is not working. 3 years, machine is not working, and the rise of drugs is 3 years. So why don't you ask the government why they are not doing? I asked this particular custom officer, he said that they only check 10% of what is coming from Bangladesh and what is going from India. That means 90% of the trucks or 90% of anything which is going out from India and which is coming into India are not being well checked. That means anything can come in that particular trucks or anything which is being imported or exported. So these are the major concerns that even if you give any kinds of past development, if our people are not healthy, then where are we going? Forget about the, what do you call it, incumbents in the party. We will have the incumbent with the population in the future. You got it? It's very, very dangerous right now. We have to be scared where this government is leading our people, our children. Now, how many numbers of schools are being closed right now? How many numbers of schools they are trying to close right now? Look at the district council of Garo Hills. 43 months they have not fed, they have not given the salary. How do you suppose that particular institution, which is protecting the tribal, which is protecting the Garo, which is protecting the land of the people, what will happen to their future? Just recently, in Dimasa Hasao, they have given 3,000 acres, bighas of land to private party. Now they started giving, lease to the private party here in Meghalaya itself. Now, which is already funded central sponsored scheme, 90% you can say 100%, almost 100%. That medical college which was supposed to be, run by the government agency, but it is being given to the PPP, more to the private party. Is it going to help to the people of Meghalaya? Because that was not going to help only the people of that from that particular constituency. You would have all the other neighboring states also, neighboring district also. So likewise, there are some lots of issues, the incumbent issues, not the party issues. Health issues, education issues, unemployed issues. How many numbers of people are going out from the state to get a job? Most of our people who are going outside to get a job, they are being wasted in something or the other. They are not getting a proper job right now. I'm getting lots of calls from all the youths, from Gujarat, from Ahmedabad, from Pune, from Bangalore, from Goa, to bring them back because their employers are not treating them well. And we are giving them training out here with some faulty, institutions. Once they send back, there is no security given to them. Now we're talking about sending them to Japan, sending them to, Germany, Europe, all like that. Is there any kind of a security provision for these people to, the youths who are going outside the state country, is there any kind of a security, ground where they will be checked? Or just to push them out from the Meghalaya? Is this kind of training are being given to our people just to push out, not to give proper, job within our own state? Instead of giving job to our own people, our government is bringing lots of outsiders, to accommodate them in the job. Look
right now, does it look like Meghalaya Secretariat? It doesn't look like Meghalaya Secretariat anymore. It looks like some, Andhra or maybe Gujarat or maybe Haryana Secretariat. You go, you will see. I think you might have seen also. Does it look like Meghalaya Secretariat right now? No. Don't we, as a Meghalaya, are we not embarrassed for that? Are we not safe for that? So we should be checking on this particular incumbency.
What is, according to you, is the solution for drugs problem here in Meghalaya? Because we have seen in last 5 years, over 400 crore of drugs is seized. So what, according to you, is the solution?
After that Manipur incident, now all these drugs, mafia has changed the route. They were using the Meghalaya. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows that. I've been shouting this one. I've given lots of, letters to the Prime Minister, to the Home Ministers, to each and every ministers who are in charge of the Northeast, to protect and to preserve the Northeasters. Okay. Now we have to talk about this. There was a lots of illegal activities within the border. Last time also during this last budget, this last session itself, I've shouted about, instead of catching the drug mafias, they sent our Christian nuns to the jail. So this is the attitude and mindset of the government. If the government is willing to change, within no time they can change it. If they want to catch all of these drug mafias, within 1 month or maybe within 1 week they can, catch all of these people. Give me 1 month, I can clear up these guys in no time.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a will, they don't have a will. Because they don't have a political will at all to finish this drugs abuse, to finish this corruption, to finish this kind of anti-social activity. That's why such incidents is happening every now and then.
I will add to that point. Basarang will say that they have the will, but they have the will for profiting from it.
That is true on the other side.
They don't have the political will to cut their profits, and for their personal greed, they are putting the entire Northeast youth and their health and their families to destruction by continuing the drug business in these states. If law and order and police is in their hand, do you think that any of these state governments need so much of time to cut the entire drug chain, unless and until they are also beneficiaries from this business?
You see, whenever any illegal immigrants entering the state is caught by, whenever the BSF catch all of these illegal immigrants, they're sent to our state, right? But in the meantime, instead of keeping them, they push them back. I had lots of meetings with the BSF right now. And we have, as I've told you, we have given lots of letters to Prime Minister, to President, to Union Minister, even to the state also. That's why right now, I think, to stop this particular chain of illegal activities and illegal transportation, the government of India has directed that, export and import should be banned for a while, unless and until they make some kind of a serious measurement in this particular area. I just could see just few days back some gimmick is going on. Now just recently only they are making a noise checking the border area, whereas it was there from before itself. Why can't they do so? When things are getting out of hand, only they are trying to react. Now government itself is saying that you have to get the, doctor certificate for the HIV. Then only. Why can't they stop it before? Only when your children, when your neighbor, when your relatives only started having these kinds of disease, then only you want to stop. What is this? We should stop it even before also. We could have done it. And then we still can do it.
And if any of these governments are saying, and media also should ask these governments, Congress has ruled all these states of Manipur, Assam, Meghalaya and the entire northeast. And it is not that the borders of this country changed immediately after the Congress rule to have new neighbors and new people. Have you ever seen this kind of a drug traffic in any of these states during the Congress regime? Have you ever seen? Have the guts to ask the government also. It many a times, we feel from the media that we are in power and the government is in opposition. So we request the media on behalf of the people of the state, kindly question the government that if, when the Congress was there in the governance, these kind of drug abuse or drug trafficking was not here. Then suddenly why it is happening during your regime as we changed our neighbors, as our borders changed. And with new digitization which this government claims of, can't we have drones to identify all these things? Can't we have new digital scanners in the borders? Can't we regulate it more? We have specific questions, factual questions. Do they have answers or do they keep running away from answers? When they keep running away from answers, they are destroying the families of Meghalaya. They're destroying the youth of Meghalaya. And the Chief Minister and the entire ruling government is responsible for killing every single drug death which is happening in the state.
It's not about destroying, they have destroyed laws already. In a sense, for example, our state was once, even the northeast was characterized as a militant zone area. Somehow the Congress has managed to, clear the path, wipe certain antisocial activities and brought into peace. But it was so disturbing that just recently our DGP has announced that our youths has gone back for the training and some of them has already come back. That means partially their family, our family, Meghalayan family is destroyed and destroying them. So what were they doing in these years? When Congress has brought Meghalaya to peace, again they're pushing our youths back to the jungle and giving them this kind of training, which is very, very dangerous for our state, for our youths. Giving them training, making them drug addict, making them, HIV positive. Where is our society going? I don't know. I would request through the media, through the people of the state, at least we should learn what has happened and what is happening so that we make a better choice in the days to come.
Thank you.
Well, regarding
Yeah. Yeah, yes, please.
Recently Congress mentioned that after Tamil Nadu, Meghalaya is the fastest growing state in the country. We just wanted to know, since you have any account of Meghalaya growing faster.
I don't know about the penetration of drugs in Tamil Nadu, but I can say that Meghalaya is growing very fast in the drugs. So you might have been speaking about the drugs business in Meghalaya. Yes, it's growing very fast.
It's growing very fast.
HIV rate?
Yeah.
And HIV is
It's
also
30%, huh? HIV rate is 30% of Muslim. Because from 15 to 29, if you speak, 3 lakhs plus is a 30%. That means in no time, our people can be obliterated with the HIV disease.
And
That means the fastest development in HIV and the drug treatment.
and the other part of the business growth is, by saying the business growth, the CM is trying to cover the corruption of leasing out the land of Meghalaya to larger corporates where there are beneficiaries, which is not known, and related to that thing. Tell us, just ask the Chief Minister back, show us a few industries which you say that has brought growth to Meghalaya. We are happy to listen to that. And if people of Meghalaya benefited with employment, with this growth.
Whereas our people have become a servant to these corporates.
That's what.
One thing, our people are becoming servant to these corporates, and moreover, our land which is given for them on lease are being
you know, mortgage for their bank loan. Are they giving profit? No. By chance, if they leave their project on the halfway, who will be the loser? Our state. Okay. Once the bank takes over, it will be the non-tribal entity property. Where does the 6 schedule area comes then?
And
Who are we going to protect? Okay, if these kinds of mindset, our people were protected by this constitution, so that they have given the schedule, so that the mainland people should not come and then buy our land and then take over our people, so that we will be obliterated. We become the museum, what do you call it? Museum pieces. So that's why giving to the players from outside, it's sailing us out directly or indirectly.
I thank Jose for this question. I'll answer it a little bit more. The CM might have been talking about the personal growth of the cabinet ministers. That is very high. So, we all know the salaries of the ministers and allowances of the ministers. It's only in few lakhs. Ask them this question: from where are they getting this money to buy this high-end cars? Most of them are owning now big buildings. What is the source of the money and how much government contracts are there with them? Why, if the government is growing so high, then why is the ADC salaries are not being paid for long? Where is the money going? Are they taking it as personal salaries or personal money to their own? Yeah, I completely agree that the ministers' growths are very good.
So the growth is happening to only 1% of the population. Poverty elevation has not happened at all. I believe that poverty line, at least below poverty line, people in Meghalaya is still above 30-35%, which is still extremely high. There's a report that has just come out, and you guys are very well aware of it, that people earning less than 5,000 rupees per month in Meghalaya is one of the highest in the country. So where's the money? So the money is actually going 70%. So the money is only going to very few. And those few people are rejoicing in their growth and very happy about it. At the end of the day, they are killing us from every angle. As sir has just said it. You have drug abuse, which is like skyrocketing and extremely high as of today. You have HIV infection, which is like something very alarming and is affecting everybody. You have people with substance abuse, which is extremely high, and it's impacting our society as we live in today. People are getting desperate, and we've just noticed in the news recently that a young girl was even injected on the roadside. Just imagine how unsafe it is to live. But at the behest of what? At the behest of only a very few people growing. Economically, very few people becoming richer, but at the end of the day,
Not few people, only each cabinet few. Only cabinet.
Kindly, we have a request to the Chief Minister, since you have asked that question. Kindly come out of the glass house of luxury and see the poor people's life, poor Meghalayan people's life. Kindly request him to take some walks in the roads to see how local poor people of Meghalaya lives and how is their house being run. You all are journalists. You tell us, what is the growth which is happening to you.
Not just for the picture.
Yeah, not just for the picture. Tell us, what is the growth? Are you all taking 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs a month, for salary? How is your cost of living? How are you managing yourself? We don't have to ask anybody else. We will put the question back to you. Tell us, if you are comfortable with, all these things and happy with the cost of living, then we say that, we concede to your question. We concede to the growth question.
Yeah, definitely. That basic question which you have asked, you can reflect back to yourself. Yeah, no? I could see the same mobile phone. I could see the same dress, even they're not getting richer.
And ask the Judases also. Ask the Judases also what they have got. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.